it's absolutely disgusting that people still do that. And then people wonder why things get stopped. But as always, it's a few ruining it for the majority.
Done.
Right, good evening. Okay, so we've left Stephen's mum's now. As you would have seen, the work got done, what we could do based on the weather. I think we talked about all this.
Extensively.
Stephen said we did talk about this extensively, which is my cue to shut up and move on to something else. So,
I've got a cold.
Stephen's got a cold. And what we're going to do now is we're going to explore a bit of Scotland while we're up here, because we came up here to see Stephen's mum and get some work done on the van. But come on, it would be an absolute waste if we didn't see some of Scotland while we were here. So what we're going to do, we have headed not too far to the west, and we are going to explore a region we've only passed through quite a few times, but we've never actually explored properly. So we're in, I'm going to say this completely incorrectly, aren't I? What?
Kilmahog.
Oh, Stephen says we're in Kilmahog. I think that's the place we're in now, but we're in, or at least we're going to explore Loch Lomond and the Trossachs National Park. I don't know if that's how you say Trossachs. I'm pretty sure I got the Loch part right, but that's what we're going to do. So yeah, we're going to spend at least a week here, maybe as much as 2, and really get a good feel for the place. Hopefully do a bit of wild swimming, hopefully do some proper treks if it doesn't rain too much. And that's it. That's the plan, isn't it, Stevie? All that kind of stuff. So we'll show you a bit of this part of Scotland. Really looking forward to it. I hope we get some clear days. And that's it.
Yeah, and I've got a cold.
And Steve's got a cold, which he's told us about 10 times now.
I've got a cold.
Yeah, he's got a cold.
There's something quite pleasing about feeling a little bit ill. I don't know what it is.
Not when you're next to the person here.
That's it. I've got nothing else to say because I've got a cold. I've got a cold.
All right, bye.
I've got a cold.
He's
Bye.
got a cold. All right, bye. I've got to suffer for this now.
I've got a cold. Bye.
All right, we'll see you later.
Bye.
Cheers. Our classy glasses here.
Yeah.
Straight from the can. Fresh from the can.
I've got a cold.
Straight from the source, and he's got a cold. We'll drink to that.
That's medicine for my cold.
Morning. Oh, sounds like a good morning. And you're covered in bites. See, this is the other thing. Scotland brings this. Warning to all travellers. Scotland will bring this to your skin. So we've been at Stephen's mum's for 2 weeks now, and it's really hard to get used to like actually doing the little things in the van. We've actually been staying in the van. We've been living in it the whole time. We've just been staying on the driveway, but obviously we've just been getting out to use the toilet or in the house, or going into the kitchen to make a cup of tea or whatever. We didn't put our gas on. You might be thinking, what, 2 weeks? We didn't show you 2 weeks of footage there. Well, of course we didn't, because that would get repetitive really quickly, but also because, as we've said many times, that it just rained all the time, and of course a lot of the stuff was sort of helping them move and stuff like that, which we didn't film because maybe, we thought that was probably a bit personal and not really anything to do with it. So a lot of that happened. We did have a couple of days out in the car, which was really nice, their car, and they just took us driving around. So we just, we didn't film that. We just enjoyed the day out. Now we've arrived in, we've come to Loch Lomond and the Trossachs. Wait, I said that last night, didn't I? So we're in a national park, Loch Lomond and the Trossachs, just on the edge of it. Oh God, what? I've lost my train of thought.
There's nothing else to say. Daniel's just waffling. We're going to pack up and we're going to head over. Bye. See you later.
Yeah, just what he said.
What you got for dinner, Dan?
Well, I've got mackerel, a salad, which Stephen made and put together, which is really nice, and some boiled eggs. This is really nice. It's really filling as well.
Let's have a proper look. Don't be greedy.
Okay. Don't be greedy.
And I've been to the gift shop,
Have.
and it's rubbish.
What was in it?
A £13 bottle of wine for a start.
Mackerel.
No, it's nice enough. It's just a gift shop. It's what you would expect, I guess. I shouldn't really slate it, but Yeah, it wasn't very interesting, I have to say.
Okay, so we're parked at a place called Loch Katrine. Is that right, Stephen?
Yeah.
It is Loch Katrine. And we're in, if it wasn't already established, the national park called Loch Lomond and the Trossachs. We know what Loch Lomond is. We weren't sure what a Trossach was, but we do know now, so we'll go into that in a bit. Now, you might have heard us talking about how expensive it can be in campsites in national parks, and it's definitely true here. But also, it's the Scottish school holidays. It's now the English school holidays. So the combination of everything means that most places around here are quite costly to stay in. Although I think there are some cheaper options, but we needed electric hookup. So where we stayed last night, it is essentially just a car park, but it's near the loch and it has got a lot of services. So for electric hookup, there are showers, toilets, the toilets are open all night, and there's water. What else is there, Stevie? That's about it, isn't it? Some waste facilities. The only thing you can't do is empty your toilet, basically. We don't have a chemical toilet, so that's okay. It was £25 a night, so if you consider it that actually you get most of the services that a campsite offers, but when you factor in the fact it's just a car park, it probably seems a little bit steep, but it is what it is. As anybody in summer in the UK in summer, should I say, already knows, it's not looking great. Every day is terrible, but we are hoping today the weather's going to hold up a bit, so we're going to have a look around Loch Katrine, and it's meant to be very pretty, and I've been for a run around the loch and it does look really nice, so I'm looking forward to a walk. We're going to do that now, get our backpacks on and go, and hope it doesn't rain.
Aye.
Aye?
Aye.
Aye. There's also a place to get a bite to eat, cycle hire, and the gift shop that Stephen loves so much. Also worth pointing out, it's £10 a night to stay without electric hookup. Of course, the main reason to visit is Loch Katrine itself. Nestled right into the heart of the national park, Katrine is one of the largest lochs here and is known for its 123-year-old steamship, the Sir Walter Scott, which is still in operation today, alongside 2 other modern boats, including the Lady of the Lake, named after the poem written by Sir Walter about this very loch. So this path round Loch Katrine, I think you can follow it. It's massive. This loch is really big. I mean, I know there's so many big ones and there's many that are bigger than this, but you don't appreciate the vastness of them sometimes until you're actually wandering alongside. It's just concrete. It's actually a road, so cars do come down here sometimes, but it's really easy to walk on, so you've got great views and you're not kind of scrabbling through like overgrown tracks. Now I know that's nice to go off the beaten track sometimes, but sometimes you just want to walk and appreciate the scenery without the scratchy bits and all that kind of stuff. So this is really nice. And if you're wondering what a Trossach is, because I certainly was, and it's got this really kind of cutesy name, so I was really fascinated by it, and I had no idea what it meant. So a Trossach, if I'm saying it correct, is basically a wooded loch or a glen, so wooded areas around lochs, wooded glens. It refers to an area here that's quite literally called Trossach, I think, and it kind of expanded from there. So in this national park there is presumably a wooded glen called Trossach, but it's just beautiful. There is so much greenery, all different shades of green. There's all ferns, grasses, there's a few flowers and heathers growing, and it is everywhere you look here. Obviously you'll find that across Scotland quite a lot, but in this national park, with the amount of lochs as well, it is absolutely breathtaking. But a lot of midges, and sorry, my throat's really sore. Hardly any cars have gone up and down here, and suddenly a Waitrose food delivery lorry has just gone up here. So who's having somebody's having it delivered to their castle or something, I don't know. Okay, so that was Loch Katrine. Sorry we probably didn't show you as much as we could have done. We've not been feeling too great. I've caught whatever he's got. It's nothing too serious. What?
I haven't got it anymore.
Oh no, he's just literally passed it to me. He's expunged himself.
Throw it a little bit, that's better.
So he's gone through his disease. Now he's infected me. Now I'm going to go through it. It's nothing too bad. We'll be all right, but just meant we didn't really want to do that much today. Hopefully you got some idea of how nice it actually was. But you can do a much longer walk than that. It goes all the way down. It's just, yeah, it's really lovely. It's huge as well. But what we're going to do now, we're going to find an Aldi, as Stephen said, because it's quite difficult to do a bit of shopping around here. You normally have to rely on very small Tesco Expresses or Co-ops, and they tend to be very expensive. So what we're going to do is drive. It's about 50 minutes, but we're going to drive to the Aldi that's nearest, and Jamestown, I think it is, and just stock up basically for a few days, so we don't have to keep popping into shops to buy little bits, because it's working out quite costly. We have no idea what we're going to do tomorrow, but hopefully we'll be able to show you another side of it. So it might be another loch, or it might be something else altogether.
We need to find petrol.
We need to find petrol, and we need to find a park up for the night. I love the word Trossachs, don't you? Trossachs. Got itchy Trossachs. I fancy a Trossach.
They're talking Trossachs.
I'm going on a Trossach. It all fits, doesn't it?
All right, come on, let's go.
Let's go. Now, before you assume we're total pissheads, that is actually for the next many days of sorts, because he's calling me a liar. I don't know what he means. Because it's a Scottish bank holiday apparently, so it's Friday. I don't think everything shuts, you know how it goes here, but we just wanted to get everything done and dusted. So now we're going to turn the gas on, put the fridge on, and get set up. Drink some of that drink. Right, where are we, Stevie?
We are in Alexandria.
What?
You didn't ask, can I know that, did you?
No, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. Isn't that like Egypt or something?
No, that's what the weatherman said.
Ah.
Alexandria. Loch Lomond.
Is it Loch Lomond or Loch Lomond? Because this is what I was thinking on the way.
It's tomato to me.
I've been saying Lomond, but I thought it was...
We're near the village of Luss.
That's Luss with a double S, not a T. No, not lust.
No, not lust.
Not lusty.
Lusty.
Morning, Stevie.
We're healthy athletes, Steve.
Right, good morning. So today I'm still feeling a bit under the weather. I know we just did those exercises, but you know, you persevere through it. Not feeling 100% great though. So we're on Loch Lomond, as you know, yesterday. Really nice little park up. It's not the quiet side because you've got a busy main road there, but that's fine. You're still right by the loch. Anyway, showed you that yesterday. But today, it's the weekend, and it's also bank holiday weekend in Scotland. So we're guessing a lot of places might be quite busy. So we're going to stay here for part of the day, and we're going to do a little walk. It's about 45 minutes down to a village down the road. We can walk down the shore of the loch and come back again. So nice and easy, whilst also taking in this amazing scenery. Okay, Okay, slight change of plan. Nothing to do with the impending rain. I think we're actually gonna just have a quick walk, go back and drive down. 2 reasons. We're literally being eaten alive, and I know it's to be expected. It's Scotland, it's summer, we're by a loch, but it's really, really bad. And we've had to deal with this for weeks now, so I'm not sure we just want to walk along knowing we've got to walk back. The loch is very pretty, so we've had a nice view of it, but also we just felt a bit uncomfortable leaving the van, although it was a really nice place to stay and sleep. There's a few people sort of hanging around acting a bit maybe suspicious, I don't know. The thing is, you don't know, and it could all be fine, but as we all know, sometimes you've got to go on your instincts. It doesn't matter if you're right or wrong, because it's better to not chance it in some ways if you feel, you know, that something's up. But we're going to drive down to Luss now, I think it's called, and go and explore that. So yeah, that's it. Let's go back before we're literally eaten alive. And one final thing, we've only been down here 10 minutes, and there's a lot more rubbish than you would expect. Or maybe you would expect it, including some really disgusting stuff. I really wish I hadn't clapped eyes on, and obviously what I'm referring to rather makes it difficult to pick up. I don't want to go near it, but it's absolutely disgusting that people still do that. You know, just bag it up and take it with you, for God's sake. But when it's like toilet waste, you can see, and then people wonder why things get stopped. But it's not necessarily always people in vans. There's people here in tents, there's people here in cars, there's people here just wandering about, you know, all sorts of people leave rubbish. But as always, it's a few ruining it for the majority. So little bits of cans and stuff we can pick up, but I'm not picking up somebody's toilet paper, I'm really sorry. Maybe if I had a litter picker. Better yet, just don't do it in the first place. Right, so that was short and sweet. We've decided we're not going to do it. I tried to explain walking back, we just didn't feel comfortable. I know you can't always judge, it's difficult, and you know, but it's your van, we all know how it works. If you don't feel right in a place, then you just leave, and that's kind of what we felt this afternoon. But even more important than that, we were being eaten alive, and it was really, really bad, and they were very aggressive actually. The mosquitoes, they were proper like massive things that got right up in front of you, and yeah, they certainly were looking for their lunch, weren't they? I think they did get a bit of lunch, yeah, a bit of tapas. But it's quite disheartening when you just see rubbish like that, and you hear these stories about Scotland that people leaving all sort of like toilet waste. It's disgusting. We saw some bits down there. There's no way I was picking that up. I'm really sorry, but you know, I'm not going to do that. It's disgusting. The fact people are doing it in the first place is just awful. And yeah, hopefully people just gradually learn, and it becomes less of a problem, or at least not a big enough problem that these places just stop allowing people to stay. Otherwise it's ruined for everybody then. But yeah, horrible. Even if you don't have a toilet, just put it in a bag, for God's sake. Take it with you and bin it. It's really not hard, is it? Like the process is exactly the same. You're just putting it in a bag and getting rid of it. What the hell's wrong with that? But apparently not. Anyway, we're going to move on. We're going to go down the road to Luss, drive rather than walk, and we're going to have a look round. It's raining, try and get some water, and what do we need? We need some fuel as well. So that's it. Yeah. Right, let's go. Right, where are we, Stevie? Luss. It's chucking it down with rain. We've got our umbrellas. We bought these for when we worked at Glastonbury a couple of months back, and we've not used them since. In fact, we didn't use them there either because it was dry. On the sign, it says Scotland's prettiest village. I'm pretty sure that's not the only village in Scotland that says that. But that's all they're putting on their signs, so let's put it to the test. I'm not sure how pretty it's going to look in this weather. What did we think of Luss, Stephen?
Much.
And that's it. Yeah, so to sum it up, as Stephen did, it was alright, but it's like most beautiful village in Scotland, almost certainly not. And it wasn't even, it was okay. I don't know if we've just been spoilt by driving around and seeing so many lovely places, but you tend to, when people put these titles on things, you know, we tend to judge them accordingly, because we've seen a lot of pretty places across the country, and it was all right. So I think it's known because of it's a bit of like of a gateway to the loch. So I understand that. There's a little pier at the end, and you can do little boat rides that go out onto the loch, and there's some really nice views, but there's also lots of nice views all around the loch wherever you go. And the village itself was just kind of it was all right. There was nothing special about it. It was really odd how tourists flocked there. There was a couple of gift shops just selling some sort of handmade stuff and some like usual Scottish tourist stuff. I did think it was interesting that though a lot of those cottages, although I'm not sure if they're all original ones, were originally built for workers in the slate quarries, I believe. So something that lovely, you know, just made for somebody to live in while they worked there, just shows the sign of the times, I suppose. You know, nothing like that would get built now, and it would obviously nowadays such a property would be seen as really desirable. It's a bit like when you think of fishermen's cottages in Cornwall and things like that. Again, people just used to be fishermen and they lived in these tiny little cottages, but nowadays they're kind of like premium houses. So yeah, that was interesting, but other than that, I wouldn't rate Luss very highly, and I wouldn't be in a rush to go back there. And that was it, but it was all right. So hopefully we've got some plans for tomorrow. So we want to do, hang on, let me rephrase that. I want to do a hike. Kind of hoping Steve comes with me. Well, no, I'm really hoping he comes with me, but I'm not sure if he will or not. It also depends on the weather, so I'm not sure this is going to happen yet. But yeah, we're going to move on, park up, and see what tomorrow brings.